y'all, come look at this.
No, Peterson.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
Ryan Reynolds, the internet's favorite funny man, Hollywood's golden boy, the guy who made Deadpool cool and casually donates millions to charity, is crashing and burning. And no, it's not because he finally made a movie that flopped. Green Lantern fans, you've had your moment. This time the drama has nothing to do with sarcastic superheroes or gin commercials. It's all about his wife Blake Lively's bitter, career-wrecking feud with Justin Baldoni. And guess who just got dragged in as the ultimate villain? Yep, Mr. Nice Guy himself. And it's not just a minor PR hiccup. This is a full-scale Hollywood implosion, the kind that makes PR teams hyperventilate into paper bags and celebrities scramble to stage impromptu, "Look, I'm a normal, lovable guy" paparazzi shoots. Oh wait, Ryan already did that. In a desperate bid to reclaim his sinking reputation, Reynolds allegedly staged a public autograph session with fake fans. And by fake fans, I mean professional autograph hounds holding identical, suspiciously well-crafted signs as if they all raided the same preschool art supply closet. Who knew Hollywood's most relatable guy would resort to the most obvious PR stunt of the decade?
This is obviously done on purpose to elicit, we're not bothered, we're living our life, don't bother. Up there sharing selfies. In fact, here it is. We went to his stories and sure enough, Hootie and the Blowfishes, but he's out there putting on a brave face, putting on a good face saying, yep, see, we're good, everything's fine. Tend to still be the brand without any damage. You got to act like there's no damage, but there currently is.
When you first heard this, you probably thought it sounded insane, right? Trust me, that was how it felt when we got a whiff of Ryan's involvement in this scandal. But one thing you should know ahead of time is that the story goes much deeper. Lately, everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain in this saga is Ryan himself. In the last few months alone, Ryan has gone from a beloved actor to an alleged puppet master. Baldoni has accused him of not only helping Blake kick him off his own movie, but also engineering a media-driven takedown to cancel him completely. We're talking about secret meetings at Reynolds' swanky Manhattan mansion, where he made some subtle yet menacing threats, with a big cheeky smile. But here's where it gets even wilder. Only months ago, Ryan Reynolds was bestowed Canada's highest civilian honor, the Officer of the Order of Canada, celebrating not just his on-screen charisma, but his tireless charitable work. He had everyone fooled, hook, line, and sinker. Ryan Reynolds was the guy your mom wanted you to marry, your friends wanted to hang out with, and your dad respected. And now, he's looking more like Hollywood's ultimate villain. So how did we go from Baldoni being Ryan's biggest fan to Ryan allegedly plotting his complete takedown? Well, let's just say that when it comes to Hollywood, 6 months is an eternity.
But no users notices the phones. Yes, no one's asking for photos or themselves with him. You're right, I didn't even pay attention to the effing tape, and now I believe this is all staged. And so the fact that Ryan's humoring it all and assuming that these people are all just exact fans that came with boxes of these items, he knows better, but he knows this is a good photo op. It's so hard to watch. And why is nobody recording? It's like there's like a couple normal fans there, and they're all swamped by the autograph hounds. Now, I'd love to get in touch with these guys. Were you called to be there by a company? Who called you? This fellow, Daniel Bennett, claims to have been the guy who put the posters together.
Baldoni claimed that Reynolds leveraged his considerable influence behind the scenes, bullying and threatening anyone who stood in their way. And let's talk about Deadpool. Have you ever noticed the striking similarity between those pool scenes and this drama with Baldoni? It's almost like Reynolds was dissing his wife and her director in that scene. Fans pieced together the troubling picture. Reynolds wasn't merely supporting his wife, he was actively participating in the attempted destruction of another man's career. But here's where things get even darker. After they successfully hijacked It Ends With Us, Reynolds went on to ensure that Baldoni's career would never recover. Rumors began swirling about Reynolds' involvement in Baldoni getting dropped from WME, one of Hollywood's biggest agencies. And guess what? It turned out that it wasn't just a rumor. He was front and center in getting the young director laid off from the biggest agency in Hollywood. At the Deadpool after-party, Reynolds allegedly cornered a top executive from WME and told them that Baldoni was a physical antagonist, effectively blacklisting him from future projects. It's almost unbelievable, but after everything we've learned in recent weeks, can you really put it past him? They got the movie, what else could they possibly want? Reynolds probably thought that if he could get Baldoni blacklisted in Hollywood while also turning fans against him completely, he would be forced to give up the rights to the movie, and if he did that, he and Blake would be able to make the sequel however they saw fit. But Baldoni didn't go down without a fight. He filed a $400 million counter lawsuit, And the allegations? Insane. According to the lawsuit, Reynolds wasn't just supporting Blake, he was the mastermind behind the whole thing. He inserted himself into every layer of the movie, orchestrated his wife's moves, and systematically dismantled Baldoni's authority over his own project. And the worst part? Baldoni had no idea. He thought he was making friends. He thought he had the ultimate Hollywood power couple backing him. Instead, he was getting exploited. Director of the movie, albeit Invincible, his influence in this film is way more extreme than we imagined. The couple's wholesome, supportive image? Yeah, that's been revealed to be as real as a reality TV show relationship, completely staged. Blake Lively started rewriting scenes that nobody asked her to rewrite. Like, what? That's just wild to me. Imagine hiring a plumber to fix a leaky sink, and suddenly they're redesigning your entire bathroom because they had a different vision for your toilet. That's where we're at with this. In one disastrous slip of the tongue, Blake unwittingly confirmed Baldoni's most explosive claims. It wasn't just gossip anymore. This was tangible proof that Reynolds had played a much larger, more insidious role behind the scenes. For Baldoni, who had endured months of media scrutiny and public skepticism, this revelation felt like vindication. For Blake and Ryan, it was the start of an uncontrollable PR nightmare. Baldoni's fans are hoping he can use that E! News interview as proof of what was done to him behind the scenes, but whether he'll succeed remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds didn't just have his fingers in the pie, he baked the whole thing, inserting himself into every layer of the project like that overly involved neighbor who somehow knows all your business, except in this case, he's controlling the entire production. The premiere? He's there. The promos? Front and center. The legal war? No, he's definitely got his fingerprints on that too. But let's get to the deliciously messy details of how Ryan Reynolds desperately tried and spectacularly failed to salvage his crumbling public image. This one's so juicy, it makes even the Kardashians look subtle. Hollywood's golden boy is standing outside a major event venue in New York City. He steps out only to be met with a spontaneous crowd of adoring fans. Sweet, right? Almost too sweet. Because guess what? This moment was as authentic as a $3 bill. Eagle-eyed fans on TikTok wasted no time dissecting the scene, and what they uncovered was wildly embarrassing for Reynolds. Every single fan in this conveniently timed mob had the same shabby cardboard sign, the same scribbled marker writing, the same blue tape, the same overall design. I mean, really? What are the odds? That's a coincidence so forced, even Hallmark movies would call it unrealistic.
No, Peterson. I'm moving back. No, pull back. Ryan, can we get a quick photo before you go in? Ryan, we're staying behind, man.
TikTok star Tennille didn't hold back. She pointed out the most painfully obvious thing: no phones. Yep, no one was recording. It's 2025. Who spots a celebrity and doesn't whip out their phone? Instead, these fans just happen to have perfectly crafted signs, but zero interest in capturing the moment. Make it make sense. PR expert Emily Austin, who's seen every level of celebrity meltdown, chimed in with a brutally honest assessment. According to her, this so-called fan encounter was nothing more than a calculated PR stunt to distract from the relentless backlash surrounding Reynolds' involvement in Blake's feud with Baldoni. Reynolds wasn't just controlling the narrative, he was trying to rewrite reality, and it completely backfired.
Hey, remember the lesson!
Okay. Yo.
Ryan, please.
Ryan, let's get a quick security. Let's get a photo. Thank you, Ryan.
Instead of making him look like a beloved in-demand star, it made him look pathetically desperate. Social media exploded with memes, roasting the sheer obviousness of the stunt. Even worse, it didn't just fail to shift the narrative, it actually confirmed Baldoni's claims about Ryan's manipulative tactics behind the scenes. This was supposed to be a damage control move, but it ended up exposing just how deep Ryan's desperation really was. Then came the most unexpected twist. A TikTok user named Bennett reportedly surfaced, suggesting that he had actually been responsible for creating the suspiciously identical posters. According to him, his boss had approached him about assisting with what was supposedly his child's arts and crafts project. Wanting to be a helpful employee, he had agreed without hesitation. However, he claimed that instead of a typical school project, he had been handed blue tape, an identical marker, and the exact same type of cardboard, along with instructions to make 25 identical poster boards. Plot twist? This wasn't for a kid's arts and crafts project. Turns out, it was all for this staged moment with Reynolds. Now, whether this guy is trolling or actually spilling tea, the fact that this is the conversation happening about Ryan Reynolds should tell you everything you need to know.
I made the posters for the Ryan Reynolds fake paparazzi shoot, and let me explain. About a week ago, my boss asked me to help on his kids' arts and craft project and said, hey, I need you to make 25 of the same poster boards. And me wanting to go above and beyond, I was like, well, wouldn't your kids like variety? And then he handed me a bunch of blue tape and the same exact marker and the same size cardboard and the same photo. I thought that was weird, but he's my boss. So fast forward to now, I'm seeing all these videos like, it wasn't for his kids' arts and crafts project.
If he hadn't pulled this ridiculous stunt, no one would be making TikToks clowning him like this. It's giving celebrity in crisis energy, and not even the charming Deadpool act can save him now. This entire fiasco has officially shattered the Reynolds lively power couple illusion. For years, they've been a cool, relatable, effortlessly charming duo, but behind the scenes? Turns out, Ryan is a master manipulator who plays the Hollywood game just as ruthlessly as the rest of them. At this point, the It Ends With Us drama isn't just about Blake and Baldoni anymore. It's about Ryan Reynolds and his desperate attempts to cling to his nice guy persona. But the real question is, will anyone buy it? Because right now, it looks like the curtain's been pulled back and Ryan Reynolds isn't the chill, fun-loving, sarcastic dude we all thought he was. He's Hollywood's latest puppet master, and the strings are starting to snap. Join me on the next one.